Yeah, method deck. Yeah. All right, Brother Michael. All right, so we say Namo Tassa. Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. Okay, I think most of you are old student. So which one is a new one? Michael is quite new. Jacqueline is also quite new. Amy is old one. And this one, Phone 11 Pro. Can you introduce yourself? I forget your name. The phone iPhone 114. Okay, what's your name? Okay, never mind. I think sometimes they cannot open. All right. So today we want to talk about meditation, especially for Abhidhamma viewpoint. So like yesterday, Brother Lee also asked this question. So when you learn Abhidhamma for some time, there's always one question that people ask. What's the purpose of learning Abhidhamma? Okay, now before I already explained some of the information to you all. Okay, let's start for those who learn Abhidhamma before. Sumita, okay, can you contribute to the answer why you want to learn Abhidhamma for meditation? Sumita?
Abhidhamma.
Turn your video also, if possible. Yeah.
Abhidhamma, what I know is most of the factors or the terms are enumerated. So when we learn also, we try to remember all the factors in their sequence for effectiveness. Thank you, that's all.
What kind of effectiveness?
So that we, it's step by step, the gradual step. That means you cannot say skip. You have to follow the sequence so that it helps you in your cultivation.
Does it help you? Does it help you in your cultivation? That's the question. People ask you for you learn before. Then you learn from me, I think about many years already, 4 or 5 years before COVID, right? So after that, do you apply your Abhidhamma knowledge?
Not exactly because I find that because my Dhamma knowledge is not really in-depth also try to learn here and there and then can see the bigger picture like that. Slowly gradual.
Okay, Julie, all right. Okay. Right.
Sorry.
Okay.
Thank you.
No problem. No problem. For Brother Cole, who is compared to you all, I think he learned a lot of Abhidhamma. Okay, Brother Cole, you want to give some sharing? Okay, Brother Cole, why you want to learn Abhidhamma? Yeah. Turn your screen also. Yes.
I was actually following the Dharma talks, and later I did follow some Sutta studies.
Okay.
I find that I could not grasp the whole concept of what I'm learning, and I could not link those that I've learned. So I do not know how to apply and use it.
Okay.
So there was something like a block. So I could not overcome it. So when I realized that there is this Abhidhamma, so I tried to find out more, and I realized that the more I know about it, the clearer the picture of the whole Dharma is. That it helps to clear up a lot of doubts and uncertainty.
Yeah, that's right. It helped to clear lots of doubts. That's very clear. Yeah. For example, when we say papancha, yesterday somebody asked me the question papancha. It looked very technical, the words. Even the Pali is very technical. The explanation from the Pali dictionary also look very technical. But if we link with ultimate reality is to do with wrong view, conceit, and greed, that will be the Lobha Mula consciousness. And in Cetasika, it only belong to the Cetasika of Lobha, only 3 of them, right? So if we come to that, then this papanchas refer to craving and thinking. The problem is with lots of people is they stuck in thinking. Even when you learn Dhamma, you stuck in thinking too much instead of just realizing the Dhamma. So because of thinking too much is also when you learn Abhidhamma, but if you just think about Abhidhamma too much, it's also not helpful in meditation. You just have to see Abhidhamma in meditation. Okay?
I find Abhidhamma to me now when I start to apply
Yeah.
the knowledge of Abhidhamma in the awareness of the mind, I find it very helpful compared to the past. Because
it's definitely, it's make things clearer. Okay. That's the
you
thing.
know what to look for and what are the so-called four what do you call four factors that each terms refers to. So at least you can, most of the time you'll be looking at the manifestation. So at least that gives a clear direction as to what to look for. Otherwise, we may go through the same experience but different realization, different understanding.
Yes, we might just repeat the same thing, but from different angle. Okay, thank you. All right. So yesterday, I was doing some online counseling. Actually, it's quite interesting. I really like counseling because first, people all have different type of problems, whether family problem or personal problem, and because I'm kind of good in problem solving. I like to solve problem. So some of the women, she has problem with her children and her husband just passed away. And then she said now she realized that all her problem is because of the self, clinging to self. Because of clinging to self, she has all this suffering and she suffered because of her son, because she clinging to son and so on. Now then she asked me the question, how to meditate on this non-self? Is it just to not, this not me, this not me, this not me? Okay, now this is a question she asked me. So I pass the question to you all. Let you think, if you want to practice non-self and you just going to, like what she said, just meditate as it's not me, it's not me, it's not me. Do you think it's right method or wrong method? Okay, to those who have some meditation, or okay, let's ask Rushan. Rushan, can you join the conversation? Rushan? Haven't seen you for some time. Rushan.
Yes.
Turn on your video also, yes?
Oh, I got really bad signals here.
Okay. All right. Do you think is like what she asked, is it correct just to meditate as it's not self, it's not me, it's not me, it's not me? Is it right method to realize a non-self?
I think like not all the time. Like sometimes just the bare mindfulness. Like if you can see a thought come and then thought pass away, that should be sufficient. But sometimes like if you get caught up with it, then like maybe you need to remind Dhamma like oh it's impermanent. Like if there's a bad feeling, it might not go away straight away because like you're already too involved in it. But yeah, like even like saying it's not myself, that's a good reminder, but I don't think it works all the time.
Oh, right. Yes, thank you. It's true, because when you going to know it's not me, it's not me, it's not me, the moment you hear the terms it's not me, then sometimes you will just ask yourself, what is this me? What is this I? You might get more stuck with the idea, what is this me? What is this I? So instead of noting it's not me, it's not me, it's not me, what you should know is mind and matter, nama rupa. All right, that's how when you learn Abhidhamma, the first truth you learn is Paramatta. The ultimate truth, there's not me, there's no I, only mind and matter, or if not, we call it the five aggregates. So when you meditate, you not the body, the mind. Like for example, you know the body is sitting, the mind is aware of the body sitting. Or the body is sitting there, you are noting abdomen rising, falling, then the mind is observing the abdomen rising, falling. Or if you note the sound is a matter. The ear is the matter, rupa. And then the mind, the awareness is nama. So when you note the sound, there's also nama, rupa. Or when you note the breathing, the A is also rupa. Okay, the touching point is the feeling. Then the awareness is the mind. So you also can see different factors of Cetasika, also mind and matter. So that's the right way to meditate, not just not as it's not me, it's not me, it's not me. Because sometimes if you can tell yourself like this, yes, sometimes you might really understand why it's not this me, but sometimes you don't understand, you might just stuck even more on this concept of this I and me. Okay, so the best way is just not my matter, my matter, my matter, nama rupa. So the more you see nama rupa, then the idea of this I, self, it just vanish. All right, when you do walking meditation, it's not I'm walking meditation. It's just the mind want to walk, that's walking. The mind want to sit, that's sitting. And when you press it, the feet touching the floor, that's the rupa. The mind that aware of it is nama. So at every step you can see nama, rupa, nama, rupa. Okay. All right. So and yes.
Sayadaw, you have not mentioned the emotional part of it, the component. How does
What
that?
kind of emotion? Emotion, there are many types, and it also depends on the terms emotion. Emotion, if you are talking about mind, it will be on chitta, but sometimes emotion also linked with feeling. It will be more on feeling and mind. Okay, so it's better when we meditate, you better be more specific. All right, we talking about emotion. Is it the anger? Is it the hatred? Is it the liking? Go specific, very clear to the idea. What it is. This is called contemplation of mind. In emotion is much more what we call it the Western way of saying. But in Dhamma, we are talking about contemplation of mind. Either you contemplate the mind, or there's a third foundation, or you go for the Vedana Nupassana, contemplation of the feeling. There's a second foundation of mindfulness. So when you meditate, you must be very specific, very clear. The more you clear, that means that your mindfulness on the object is very sharp. Okay, there's anger arise, there's hatred arise, there's evil arise, there's worry arise, there's restless arise. So at that time, you don't even use the word I'm angry, I'm having hatred, I'm worried, I'm restless. You just nod it as it is without putting the word I and mine. Okay, Vincent?
Okay.
Okay. Have you practiced before, Vincent?
On and off lah.
For how many years?
I think it's not the number of years lah, because always get distracted.
Yeah. Because sometimes it's very funny, when I don't conduct meditation retreat all the time, right? So sometimes once in a while when I conduct meditation retreat, and then the yogi will come and we have to ask them for information. They will list down 30 years of meditation practice. I said, wow, they are very expert already. Some they say they go for 1 month, 10 days or whatever. Wow, I say, wow, 30 years, you're better than me lah. Okay.
I think that's more accurate, because if you go for a retreat, let's say for 2 weeks or 1 month in a year, you cannot count it as a year. I don't think you can count it as a year.
Yeah, right. Actually, normally for those, if you interview them, we just ask them how long do they go, the maximum they go, is it 1 month or is it 10 days? Because if you really try very hard for 1 month, you will get better result than compared to 10 days. Because 10 days, even you go, the first 3 days, your mind is very restless.
Correct.
And before you go, another 3 days very restless. So in between, you might have only 5 days, the best, when your hindrances is reduced. Okay. Okay. Yes, Brother Cole, you want to ask something?
Just now you was mentioning about the way you start, but I think that is one of the expedient way, because from a personal experience also, for example, when you start a subject, you need a replacement method, because what initially a person know is that it is they still cannot get the abstract meaning of the meditation, so they need a replacement idea. For example, you say, okay, it is not me, it's not me. At least at the point of the emotional upheaval, you actually replace that it's not me, so it softens the impact of the emotions.
Yes, I say if it's quite okay is for those who are more logic, who are logic, they need the idea of it's not me, then it must be something else, because their mind is logic. They can go ahead, think about that. It's not me, it's not I, then it must be my matter. Their mind is logic enough to go for that level. But what if somebody who has lots of worry already? They will stop with the idea, it's not me, because I say this lady, she had family problem. You know, she had 2 children with mental problem. 2 children, no, not only one. 2 children with mental problem in the house. So when she asked me, she just know it's not me. It's not, I would not advise her like that, because she has too much problem. So if just stuck at the level, it's not me, it's not me, it's not me, it's not helpful. But for those people who are like you, who can learn Abhidharma, your we call it logic mind is strong. So it's not me, then you can consider the next step. It's only my matter. All right. So it depends on personality, and also depends on their mental stability. You know, that's why even for meditation retreat, sometimes it's not suitable for those who have mental problem. Do you know why? But because every time they say, oh, meditation is supposed to help you in your mind, do you think meditation is suitable for those with mental problem?
That's the thing. It is before the problem. Then when the person have gathered the experience, then it becomes very helpful.
Yes.
It's not when the person is sick really, then it's
right. And also depends if really got good teacher to help them. You know, like you read the story Ajahn Chah, you know, Ajahn Chah with meet many story. But I like to read the story Ajahn Chah. He said one time a crazy woman shouted so loud from the outside, from the village, they drag all the way to the meet the Ajahn Chah. Ajahn Chah tell the disciple, dig a big hole. Dig a big hole very fast. So they dig. By the time she comes, she see a big hole. It is to imply they want to bury her in the big hole. And then she just quiet immediately, because she know that they really meant they're going to bury her alive. That means that she's not really crazy, right? She has some sense of stability there. And also Ajahn Chah can really know how to deal with those with mental problem. I think for nowadays it's not easy unless you meet a teacher who are very experienced and who are there to supervise 24 hours. Because this kind of mental problems, suddenly at night time they might do something very crazy also. It's not easy also, all right? So mental problem can be handled if it's not so serious, and if they receive proper guidance, a most continuous guidance. It's not that you tell them one time and then you have to stop telling them. You tell them one time, after a few days or one day, a few times, you're going to check with them again to make sure they are on the right track. All right. Okay, so moving on from the question of it's not me. I like to highlight this because I think her question is very interesting also. So even you should not know it's not me, you should not as the truth. The truth is mind and matter. So try to see more mind and matter. It sounds very easy, but sometimes you will carry away with the thoughts. I'm thinking, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, I want to go back home, I want to do this tomorrow, what I want to do. A lot the thoughts all surrounding about what I want to do, what I have done, a lot of planning. So you need to see all the thoughts as come and go. That's how we say, like when we learn Abhidharma, we learn that you need to be mindfulness, sati, you need to have faith, confidence in Buddha, Dhamma, Sangha, then you need to have a strong effort also in meditation. Even if you are lazy to meditate, but at least you should have good faith that you believe that meditation will help you to a certain way. Maybe you're so lazy to meditate, but at least you need to know some shortcut method. All right. So, okay, now we're talking about something. If you feel lazy, you don't want to not keep on nodding. What is the shortcut in meditation? Anybody can try? Shortcut way to practice. I think some of you heard me before, right? How about Wong? Sister Wong. Yes. Yeah. Yes.
Sorry.
Yes. Yeah.
Sayaji, Actually, when it comes to Abhidharma, I'm the first time into Abhidharma, and comes to meditation, I'm not so much into meditation, although previously we do, when we go to a temple, we do meditation. So what I know is just reading meditation.
Okay. All right. So yeah, it's good when you know some meditation. Now, when I say there are some the shortcut to meditation, do you have any idea how to do it?
A shortcut to meditation. I don't know.
Or maybe you didn't attend one of the talk. Okay. So the shortcut to meditation is use the wisdom. Yeah. Sumedha, you want to share?
Saji, I don't know whether I'm doing it right. Because I find that when I go to temple like Aloka, with the group, I can do better because there's so much motivation and inspiration when you do in group, you know. But if at home, I don't sit down one. So I would, shortcut way for me is like I'm doing Dhamma, learning, or I'm doing my Pali homework or whatever, I will apply my mindfulness already. And I feel the joy and the passion, so I can feel the concentration. That's how I observe mindfulness. So I do not know whether is it the right way or not.
So for you, you prefer to do it in a group because you have more faith. Because of faith, and then you have more mindfulness, and you can feel the energy. You feel that the effort from other people, right?
Yeah, motivation also.
Motivation, yes. Sanda. Sanda is the wish. Yes.
You can also do. Whereas at home, I won't say kwai, go and sit down on the cushion. No. So I will tell myself, oh, now I'm doing gardening. So I'm going to be focused and mindful. So I apply my mindfulness. So that is part of meditation, right?
Yes. So your method is you do it in a group practice. Okay. Yeah. Okay. It's okay. Good for you as long as you feel it's a way for you to gain the power fast. All right. For me, I feel that my shortcut way is go through the wisdom path.
Okay.
I have the desire. You see, normally when you learn in Abhidharma, the first thing that you need to do anything is always with the desire. When you have desire, you start to meditate. You have desire, you start to learn the Dhamma or learn the Pali. So that's the first step. And the ending one is to get whatever result you want. Is it peace or harmony or more understanding about Dhamma? So in between the desire and end result, what is the method for the Sumedha? She will prefer to be go and group practice. So she feel that she from the desire to the end, she will go through the group practice. For me, I'll through the wisdom. So this means that sometimes I can be very lazy, but I still have the right idea that is only mind and matter. Okay, or everything is arising, passing away. So there's no point you cling to it or be so sad about it. Like I've been doing some counseling book, you all can see already. I also undergo listen to some of the story from those devotees, but I can let go of this. It's because we understand the few things like right view. So right view is also another shortcut way. Okay, right view means that you understand everybody have their own karma. Whatever good or bad is their experience in their life is still due to their karma. So we can help them, but they have to walk their path. All right. So with the right understanding, right view. So this is considered wisdom group. Okay, right understanding, right thought, right view, or right understanding is also same meaning. It's a samadhi. And after that, you have sama sankappa, right thought. So with this as a right way, right method, or you are heading the right way. So whatever you do is actually quite easy. To me, that's a shortcut way. All right. Right. Okay. So now, how do you meditate? So you must have the first one is like just now, it's not me, it's not my, but actually it's just mind and matter. And mind and matter is try to see mind and matter as clear as you can. This means that in sitting meditation, you must be very clear. What is mind? What is matter? Like when you feel the itch in the body. So is it in the body or in the mind? So where is the feeling of this itch? Is it based on the body or based on the mind? You have to be clear. Is it mind or body? You know, sometimes you feel the itch. Yes, it's coming from the body, but does the body experience the itch or the mind experience the itch? So you have to ask your question, this kind of question, to be very clear. Is it mind that see the itch, mind that experience the itch, or is it the body that experience the itch? Or is it both of them experience the itch? Okay. So what do you think the answer should be? All right. Anybody want to try? Who experienced the itch? Is it the body or is it the mind?
Saji, I guess
Yes.
I think should be the mind. The mind will receive the message.
The message from where?
The body.
For the body. Right. So our body is just the instrument. All right. The itch is there, but it's the mind that really experience it. But the source is the body. Because if you don't have the body, you will not feel the itch. That's why people aspire to go for Deva and Brahma. Because the body will not have this kind of suffering. Right now it's actually very hot. That's why I moved to this place. You can see the wall is different. Normally it's another color. Okay, because of the body, we have all the itch, all the pain and so on. So the first step you must see is very clearly mind and matter. After that, when you see mind and matter clearly, then the second step is go for 5 aggregates. So if you want to know 5 aggregate clearly, then you have to really little bit study Abhidhamma, because if not, you cannot differentiate what is a feeling, what is perception, what is a mental formation. All right. First step is always mind and matter. So for mind matter, you have to see, then the second step, try to see their relationship with each other. How do they support each other? How do they influence each other? Besides that, also try to see in the mind, what kind of things in the mind, like the feeling, the perception, the mental formation, the volition, and so on. There are many things you learn Abhidhamma, the Cetasika. You can see how they comes. All right, there are many things. Then the people always ask, do we need to identify all of them? All right. So what do you think? Okay, I can ask. Okay. Right. Veera, do you need to identify all the Cetasika in your meditation? Veera, oi.
Good afternoon, Saiji.
Yes.
My answer is no. No need to, whatever comes, then only we observe.
Okay. So you make choiceless awareness, right? Okay. Yeah. But then another question, like they say, some they practice Gonga where they scan the body, right? So is it choiceless awareness?
Yeah, I think so, because because I attend a meditation before.
Okay.
Some meditation teachers did the scanning, and some the feedback from the yogi, some of them say, can we omit the scanning of the body?
Okay.
Then the meditation instructor says, it's up to you whether you want to do or not.
Yeah, right.
But to me, I notice sometimes when my mind is very restless, I will try to scan my body. So this one, when I scan my body, the whole mindfulness will come to, like, you can, not really the ekagata. I can feel all my energy will go to the scanning. Then slowly, then my mindfulness come back. Then only I go back to rising and falling on my abdomen. Then
yes, because your mind don't like the old object, so that's why you go and change the new object. Because when we change a new object, the mind will be more interested. So there's also another way to deal when the mind gets so boring, right, with the object.
And also, I would like to ask Saiji about this. When just now you were saying about the mind, you must know the Namarupa, the Namarupa.
Yes.
The Namarupa Parichidanya. So So we need to differentiate. But later, I remember Saiji gave the analogy from Visuddhimagga regarding there's a meditation and there's no meditator, something like that, isn't
Oh,
it?
yeah. Right. Okay.
So
Yes.
This is this the what do you say, the progressive or the higher
Yes.
level of
You start to rise more on the ultimate truth and concept, right? For example, when you meditate, you can say it's only mind and body, nama rupa meditate. Then there's no meditator. So I tell you one very kind of interesting story. Because first time when I reached Myanmar, not long, many years ago. So our teacher, she's belong to Mogok meditation teacher. She means that they contemplate the dependent origination, and then she will bring the student like us, because she can speak Burmese, she can speak English very well. So she bring us to see her teacher, a Mogok meditation master, who's a very old monk, and he always asks a question: Is there tiger in the forest? There's a question, first question. Then there's another question: Is there tiger in the city? Mira, what will you answer this kind of question? Is there a tiger in the forest?
Need some contemplation. I really don't know.
Yeah, if you say yes, there's a tiger in the forest, means that you are still stuck with the idea of a being, a sentient being, an animal. Okay. So after that, you say yes, then he ha ha ha. You say no, he also ha ha ha. Do you know why ha ha ha? Because you don't realize the question at all.
Tiger
The
in
question,
the forest and city, what is the
yeah.
difference?
Of course, normally the tiger is in the forest,
In the
yes.
forest.
But tiger in the city will be, everybody will say no, right? But you say tiger, is there a tiger in the city? Is there a tiger in the forest? Everybody will say yes. The question is, if there a tiger in the city, everybody will say no, right? But the question is, you should not say yes and no, because the question is wrong in the first place. Okay?
Why is it
Because
wrong?
when you cling to the idea of tiger, means that you're still on the concept level. Concept, that's a sentient being. There's a he or it, a tiger, it or he in the forest. So ultimately, there's no he, no it, no tiger. It's only mind and matter in the forest.
Yeah, correct.
Right. So this question, the meditation master always asks the student, and at that time we are very poor in the Burmese. We don't understand the question at all. The teachers translate to English to us also. What kind of question it is? Every time we say something, he ha 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 all the time, right? Because he just want to tease us, to let us know that we don't understand the question at all. I think some of you read in the sutta. There's one monk. He say to the Buddha, is there a being after pass away, or after that where will he go? Something like that, this kind of question. The Buddha will deny this kind of question, because the question is always about atta. Where's the atta? After the atta pass away, where will the atta go? Is the atta will be reborn? If the question is on atta, the Buddha will not say. Because when the Buddha says something, answer it, that means that the Buddha accept the atta. That's why the Buddha keep quiet. He refused to accept the question on atta, because the atta means soul or self does not exist in the first place. So that's the first right view, right understanding. When we say the right view, right thought, the first right view, there are many types of right view. Okay, the first one will be on non-self. This is the most important. If you can understand it at this instant, you will reach enlightenment. You will stop the Sakaya Ditti, personality belief. That's a first very important for enlightenment. They also right view on karma, right view on jhana, right view on vipassana. Okay, there are different level of right view. But the first one is always on non-self, on anatta. That's why before to know anatta, you still have to go through anicca, dukkha, anatta. Right? To meditate on anicca, dukkha, anatta, you still have to meditate on sabhava lakkhana. Sabhava lakkhana means natural characteristic of the things. Like the water is cold, flowing. The earth element is hard, soft, smooth, like lighter, heavier. And then the fire element is hot and cold. The wind element is flowing and then supporting. So you have to go through, meditate on the Sabbawa Lakkhana, natural characteristic. Then after that, you go for common Samaya Lakkhana, where you see everything as anicca, impermanence, suffering, and non-self. That's why the Abhidhamma teach you about Sabbawa Lakkhana, the natural or individual characteristic, where you're supposed to meditate in your vipassana. Okay, so when you sit down, let's say when you know the abdomen rising, falling, or breathing here, what is the meaning of breathing? What is the meaning of abdomen rising, falling? That's a concept, when we say the breathing, okay, when you say the air coming in, going out, first we cannot see the air. We have the concept of the air coming, going, but we cannot see the air. When we say the abdomen rising, falling, it's just the sensation or the piece of skin here, rising, falling. It's still on the concept level. So what are you trying to meditate when you say meditate on the breathing or meditate on the abdomen rising, falling? What are you trying to meditate? Okay. Pui Liu, what do you think? You're trying to meditate. Pui Liu, yes.
Oh,
yes.
Could you please repeat? Sorry.
When you're trying to meditate on the abdomen rising, falling, or on the breathing meditation, what are you trying to know? Okay, that's the question. What are you trying to know when you're trying to do this breathing meditation?
The process of the natural process of breathing.
Okay, so what is the natural process of breathing?
You breathe in and you breathe out. So you breathe in and you breathe out, right? Then because we are bringing our attention to this action of breathing in and breathing out, so we are sort of zooming into one action, and then we know what we are doing.
Yeah, okay. So when you know the breathing means is a four elements. The one element is air element. All right. Yes. So that's why if you know that you are doing breathing meditation or abdomen rising, falling, you are noting the air element. All right. So if you understand about this, then you don't confuse whether it's Mahasi method or Pa'ao method or whatever method, because the ultimate sense is on the air element, the Vayo. All right. Okay. All your experience you should tie in with the Abhidhamma, right, Pui Liu?
I think suggested you for when you started off this class, you asked about Abhidhamma. I wanted to say that I've actually learned Abhidhamma many years ago.
Okay.
But then I didn't quite at that time maybe the conditions not right, so I didn't grasp at all what Abhidhamma was all about.
Okay. All right.
And then a few years ago I also attended Abhidhamma class.
Okay.
And then the class was interesting, but somehow I also couldn't, it doesn't blossom, the kind of how it applies to my life and everything. But this is the third time I'm taking Abhidhamma. And I think maybe one, I sort of pay more attention. And number two is that I start to see what Abhidhamma is all about. First of all, I don't have a negative view of Abhidhamma, because many people say that Abhidhamma is not the Buddha's words. But then Abhidhamma is something that it enhances our knowledge and understanding of the sutta.
Right.
And I like your way because you analyze, you break down into parts. And then that's what Abhidhamma is all about, because you break down into parts and then you see each part, the characteristic, and then after that you synthesize the parts.
Make it simple.
One approach about Abhidhamma I like is that it sees the characteristic of one element or one phenomenon, and then the function, the manifestation, the proximate cause.
Yes.
I this kind of way I can relate. And me and my friend, when we are learning Abhidhamma, so now we are applying. So I would say like, one of your cetasikas is working overtime, and that is the ill will, the anger. the unwholesome cetasika. And the chitta you haven't taught us. So I find it so interesting now, Sayaji, to be honest with you, that I sort of relate and say that whatever it is that I'm feeling now, it is whether it's wholesome, unwholesome, and which one. Is it the Is it the Vedana now? Oh yeah, this one is under the 13. Now is I don't like numbers actually. I don't know. I don't not good at numbers. But then now I have to remember 13, 14, 25. And I find it very interesting because I relate it with my life and my everyday experience. And then when I'm talking with my friend, because the two of us are taking Abhidhamma, so I sort of apply it lah, but then maybe it's very funny. That's my
thank you for sharing. So when you learn something, like when we say when you know abdomen rising falling, okay, so after you meditate, let's say you spend half an hour meditate, then after that, since you're Abhidhamma student, so always think about try to tie in your experience with Abhidhamma. Like just now, anger, okay, it's one of the unwholesome akusala cetasika. So when we say you know the breathing, so which one, which phenomena, which Dhamma here is a small d, means phenomena. So you know the breathing. So at the breathing time, what is actually occur? There will be A element, that is a rupa. And then there will be sati, mindfulness. Then there will be effort to not. Then there will be also chanda, desire to meditate. And if you can see nama rupa or you can see anicca, there will be panya, wisdom. So you can tally your experience later with Abhidhamma facts. Then it makes things very crystal clear. Then you don't get, now because I show you all the reference book, you all can read when you like, because there are many points. It's impossible for me to cover all the points in Abhidhamma. And it's too much even for the diploma. Sometimes you notice that when you learn Abhidhamma, and if the teacher are so skillful, they teach you a lot of things. For beginner, it's very difficult to digest, because personally, I go through the Abhidhamma of that comprehensive manual of Abhidhamma. I go through more than 5 times, First time I also don't even understand at all. All right, so tally all your experience with Abhidhamma, so it become very crystal clear. So when you know the breathing, I always talk about breathing because most of the time you all do breathing. So beside the breathing, so you all can do also 6 sense bases, the eye, the sight, the ear, the sound, the ear, and then the ear and the sound, and then the smell, the nose and smell, and so on. So for me, the third story, unfortunately, it's very near to the kitchen over there. So sometimes I go to third story, try to meditate, the smell from the kitchen all go out. It's only sometimes, not especially when we got activities. In no activity, is actually the smell don't go out. So I know, okay, that people are cooking. Sometimes the children are running, I can see, okay, because I can hear the sound. If the children not sweeping the floor, I also know they are lazy. That kind of things you can tie in 6 sense bases. All right. Any question about, you want to ask about anything about your meditation, or anybody want to say something? What's the time now? All right. Okay. So first thing, always be clear is mind matter, even though you hear many, many times, but it's really true. If you are not clear about mind matter, you will start with this self, soul, and then there will be my sorrow, my lamentation, my anger, my son and daughter problem, my father, mother problem, my sibling problem, my children problem, whatever problem. It's like double problem. First, the problem is there, and then when you grasp it as my problem and to do with this atta, then you got double suffering. Okay, so if you clear about mind matter, you can do things very efficient. You can say, actually, if you know me, I'm very active. Sometimes I do Abhidhamma book. I finish already. Now I do counseling book. I still in the middle of doing counseling book for teenager, because I got few teenager coming in. I noticed their behavior is not so, not to say, at this age, very rebellious, very lazy, very disobedient. I think those who have this kind of teenager problem, you notice that the problem I also experience it. It's very difficult to talk to them. You tell them something, then they don't listen to you, or pretending not to listen to you in the first place. How to teach this kind of children? Not easy. So I also write counseling book. I also plan for the Malaysia trip. I also prepare Bali book. Okay. I also feel in between also my PhD is still stuck somewhere. I have to supervise. So I can do many things because I just focus on one project at one time and put my effort, and then make sure there's enough wisdom. Any books that produce, there must be wisdom in there. Then people will appreciate the knowledge there. And then make sure it's done properly and make sure everything right because of my good sanda, my good desire that to help people in some way. All right. So if you just focus on my method, you can do a lot of things in your life. Can go beyond your family. Sometimes you all cannot do it because your family are not happy with you, or you have some objection from them because they are not happy you spend the time in Dhamma. So if you can just focus on my method, you can do everything you want because there's no need to worry about this I, this soul and self. All right, so if no question, we better spend some time in meditation. All right, since this is a meditation discussion. So we just spend about 5 minutes. So what you do is, for you all, you can sit leaning against the chair. So you just calm down. And now, since today we just talk about mind matter, so just focus, put the attention in your body. Try to see how the mind. Okay, now today we just don't do any breathing meditation. All right, so we already talk a lot of breathing meditation. So we just focus the mind, just take the body, the whole body, right, as an object. Then you see how the mind, where the mind will focus in. Is it on breathing, or is it on the sound, or is it on the mind? All right. So we just spend, after that we can spend some time to chat. Okay, so we just do 5 minutes of meditation. Okay, we stop here. All right, so anybody wants to say something? Okay, so for me, I noticed that because here is very hot, the first thing is my body is covered by sweat. It's water element. Then after that, then I noticed that the body is getting heavy and heavy. That's why I feel that now for my age, sitting at the chair is actually more comfortable than sit on the floor with a cushion. Because as getting aging, can feel the backbone, the especially waist needs some support, because long-term sitting also there's an injury. So after that, when the mind calm down, sometimes the mind goes for the sound and so on. The nature of mind is always wandering around. When it's not happy with the object, it go for another object, right? Anybody want to say something? You know, we will stop here. Okay, all right. So we just say thank you for joining this class since I think how long is 6 months ago, since I think August last year, because of to help the Bante to go from yesterday, I started the basic Buddhism and followed by Visuddhimagga and followed by meditation. So in May I'll stop it for 1 month. We'll continue in June. So at the time maybe we'll do like this, half an hour of Dhamma meditation discussion or Dhamma discussion. Then we will do longer sitting. Okay, half an hour. We start in June, not time. Okay, so may we share our good merits with all the departed ones, our relatives or friends who have passed away. May they reborn in a happy place. May the good merits of learning the Dhamma, practicing the meditation, be the support for us to attain enlightenment and for us to fulfill our parami. May we wish everybody, everyone around us, be very happy, and we also be very happy. Okay, sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Okay, so I will stop the recording now. Okay.
Raji, there's one question in your chat.
Okay, yeah, Michael, you want to say something, Michael?
Yeah, just one question.
Okay, yes. Because sometimes I cannot see the chat, So yeah, you can just tell me, yes.
Just one question. Is it wrong to like start a meditation, then start with like calm down the mind?
Mm-hmm.
Like example, the mind is very like restless or just starting the time before going to rising and falling. You just
very
explain
restless.
that like guide your mind like calm. When you breathe in, you say relax. Then you breathe out, you calm down. Like that, relax.
Yeah. Yes, you can feel we call it a quick fix. For example, if your mind is so restless, so you cannot settle down on abdomen rising falling, so you just simply draw a deep breath. Okay, breathe in, breathe out. Kind of like doing yoga. Okay, breathe in, breathe out. Then breathe in again, breathe out. Then it will calm your mind slowly. But this is not natural. So after a while, when your mind is calmed down, then you go for natural breathing. That's very helpful if your mind is so restless and or you are facing a dangerous situation or your mind is so full of anxiety and worry. So okay, just breathe in slowly and deeply. Right? That's first way. Or sometimes your mind is so restless, you can punish the mind. Punish the mind means that you can just do, according to one meditation center here called Sunlun, they actually breathe very hard for maybe 10 minutes. After they stop breathing, they hold the breath, then they observe the feelings inside the body. So sometimes if your mind is so restless, you can punish the mind by just stop breathing for a while, hold the breath. When you hold the breath, the mind is always kiasi. Kiasi means afraid of dying. Then the mind will get panic. It doesn't want to go around war anymore. So you stop and observe what happened to the mind. So you try hold your breath for some time. Okay? Then after that, the mind will gradually ask the body to breathe normally. That's the nature of the mind. The mind wants to stay alive. Okay, Brother Michael?
Okay, thanks.
Okay, thank you. All right.